Ladies and gentlemen, I have even more news for you today surrounding the next Nintendo console and Nintendo in general, and everything is looking like it's going in the right direction, and I could not be more excited for how this thing is going to roll out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, it's a new year, and inevitably the next Nintendo console will launch, at least in my opinion, and I think we get a reveal very soon. So I have another leak to go over today, as well as some Nintendo news that looks very promising for the future of Nintendo. Before we get started, if you could please hit a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers by February 28th. That's my birthday. With your help, that can become a reality, but only subscribe if you enjoy this content. So first, I need to preface this by saying this is not a prank. Everything is serious. I know it's gonna look very sus at first, but just follow along here. So we are over on Twitter, and there's a leaker called Hot Girl Video 69. I know, please bear with me. At first, I didn't think it was real, but I went to a bunch of leakers in America, leakers overseas, and I was making sure that they covered this first before I gave it my own thoughts. So this is a real person who's in the industry somehow. Side note, Switch 2 is trending right beside Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein was killed because he had a copy of the Switch 2 early? Whoa, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Next gen Nintendo Switch console. At one point in its development, it utilized a cartridge slot on dock only, with handheld mode being entirely digital. This was an early leak that I heard as well, saying that the dock is where you would put the game in, and anywhere you're, I guess, in the vicinity, you could just play on your Switch. Whatever game is in that dock is what you could play on the TV and what you could play on your Switch. And I heard that the connection from the Switch to the dock was Bluetooth. Mobile device controller support built into dock, backbone style Joy-Con attachment devved and abandoned. Very interesting. I don't know if you know what the backbone is. It's like this thing that can turn your phone basically into a handheld console. So very interesting that they were experimenting with that. It's believed information on current next Nintendo dev kits likely will leak before Valentine's Day, supporting information from previous Bloomberg report, plus rumor that Nintendo had worked on and perhaps now has a first-party cloud gaming service. Again, is this one so hard to believe? Not really. We see that being very popular in gaming now. Xbox has it, PlayStation has it, I think, with the PlayStation Portal. I think that's what that is, streaming, not sure. And I feel like Nintendo could utilize that and make it work. I'm not a fan of that myself, but it has its place, I guess, in gaming. So about the cloud gaming service, originally utilized a cloud gaming service developed by a Korean company, white labeled for use by Nintendo. It's kind of crazy how big the ties with Nintendo and a bunch of Korean companies are. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the stuff in the Switch came from Korea. From the screens to some of the development to some of the hardware. It's quite interesting. So right here they're saying they think dev kits will leak out before Valentine's Day. I'm not sure about Valentine's Day exactly, but I do think sometime in February is where we start getting real hands-on stuff, or leaks from that. I'm not sure exactly when the end of the fiscal year is, but there should be investor meetings. There should be people looking for what's next, in the business world. And that's what makes me happy, is when I see stuff coming from Bloomberg report, because they could really give a damn about gaming leaks and gaming news and video games. They're just strictly in it for the financial side. And when I see them reporting on stuff, I'm like, all right, there's definitely some validity here. You got to remember, as much as we love playing these games and using these consoles and having fun, their whole sole purpose, as much as you must think that it's just for our entertainment, is to make money. They love making money. Nintendo loves making money probably more than anybody else. That's why we get full price games and no discounts on hardware. But did all that pay off for Nintendo this generation? Well, let's look further. On the last trading day of the year, Nintendo shares finally topped their Wii era heights from 2007 to reach a new record. And as you can see, this is at least the graph right here. I don't know if Nintendo was publicly traded in the 90s, but 2001, this is the height of Game Boy Advance, GameCube, probably going down. Right here, 2007, 2006, this is the Wii era. This is when everybody and their grandma was playing Wii Fit. And then it goes down a little bit more. And right here is what I would like to call the dark ages of Nintendo. This is the Wii U. Yeah, what a sad time, right? I heard a rumor that when the Wii U failed, that somebody at Nintendo I'm not sure who, but they cut their own paycheck instead of cutting like employees' paychecks to make up for part of the loss, I guess. Something like that. I don't know, but it's very cool. And then right here, I don't know why it would spike in 2015. Maybe this is like the best year of the Wii U when they had the most games. Going down right here, and then boom. What happens in 2017? Right here, I would assume right here, see this little spike right there? I would assume that was the day that the Switch was announced. The Switch launches. And then it goes up. Then 2018 and 2019 kind of were duds because there was nothing going on for the Switch. Right here, you can see it spike again. This is because the Switch is super popular, but we do have to remember everybody was at home for the pandemic playing video games. So yeah, what else can you spend money on, right? And then yeah, right here, right there, that little dot, that is the last day of 2023. I think that's higher than this. I mean, they said it's a new record, so I'm going to assume. I don't know how much they're trading for. I had a couple shares of Nintendo last year for absolutely no reason. I didn't know what I was doing. And I think at the time I had them for like $54. I'm trying to see on right here if it says something. I have no idea. But good thing we're not here to get financial advice and learn about stocks. But this is very promising. Nintendo did what they needed to do with the Switch. They recouped everything they lost from the Wii U and made 10x profit. They could go another year at least with what they have, but I think Nintendo knows that we're ready. Everybody's ready. I think this year would be one of the worst years for the Switch. There's like 4 or 5 games. Nobody really cares about anything. We're looking for what's next. It's time. There's nothing else to say. I think we do get a reveal. So at first I was thinking, there's probably going to be a spring Nintendo Direct, probably March. That's when they'll announce the Nintendo console. But going back to like old Nintendo announcements, I think they're going to have their own event for this thing. I don't think it's going to come in Nintendo Direct. Maybe there's a Direct and then they announce it, or maybe they announce it before the Direct, and then the Direct is going to tell you what games are coming out for the console throughout the year and blah 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 and information. But I think Nintendo will have their own special event for this console. And ladies and gentlemen, things are looking fantastic for 2024. This is the second day and it's getting this good. I seriously cannot wait. I could not be more excited, and I can't wait to experience it this year with you guys. So thank you for joining me right here on my channel. Like I said, hit a like and subscribe if you could. Down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I love hearing from you guys. Come join me on stream right here on YouTube a couple nights a week. And you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.